What's up, YouTube? Here I am. I'm still alive. The garage is still around. I've just been super busy. But let me try and give you kind of what's happened in the last like 2 years. I think it's literally been 2 years since I've done a good update video. I reworked this section. Let me actually show you. So I hung my tires up. I just built a metal kind of rack. In here we have to switch winter tires and summer tires, and so I can avoid going to the tire shop. I just buy a second set of rims, and then I can just bolt them on in the spring, bolt them on in the fall. So I've got those up there. Those are the Suburban wheels. They don't fit up there. Yeah, I built the rack when I had my winter tires off, and so I built it so that the winter tires fit, but the summer tires don't. So I could extend this side out another rafter. The walls are red. I don't know if you can see that. I was bored, and I thought it dressed it up a little bit, and I buy the Oops paint at Home Depot for like $5 a gallon instead of 30, and it's really nice paint, and it kind of keeps the OSB from peeling off. I've got my rack of, you know, miscellaneous things that obviously I don't do a good job of putting things away. Like, I've got all my toolboxes down here. One's electrical, one's plumbing, one's just tools. All 12-volt stuff. I've got all my straps in a basket. More straps, snowmobile parts, gloves, miscellaneous. I don't even know what that is. Drawers and door hardware, garage door parts, some hoses, a pump, you know, that sort of stuff. I've got my welder over there, tucked in the corner. Let's see, what else? I've got a bunch of stuff on the bottom. I've got my pressure washer, my paint sprayer, and my stupid engine stand that I hope I never have to use again. And then I've got some empty cabinets. These are good to keep around. Oh no, I did fill them with stuff. What's in this one? Yeah, see, this one's empty. Eventually I'll get to actually putting things away. Hung up my racks, car racks, kayaks and paddle boards, and speaking of which, the kayaks are hung. I've got a kind of a pulley system there and more of a commercial system here for the paddle boards, and then the same kind of system for the kayak here. So it helps storing them here in this space that I don't really use anyway, only because it's, you know, it's way up here. These are 9-foot ceilings. So I got a motorcycle, pretty psyched about that. Been riding that last fall and this spring. Put some hand guards on it, wired those in, put a taller windshield as well. This is a Honda NC 700X. This engine, if you see, it's canted forward at a wicked angle, and that's because it's basically the block of half of a Honda Fit engine, and it only redlines at like 6,500 because it's got gobs and gobs of low-end torque. I mean, you can literally just let the clutch out and this thing will crawl. So this is an adventure style touring kind of bike. It's got an upright seating position, but it's got the pegs directly underneath you so that you go off-road, you can put your weight down through your feet instead of through your spine. So this is actually, my favorite feature of this bike is that this is not a gas tank. It's what they call a front trunk. So this has obviously enough storage for my helmet, and then when I'm riding, I put anything I want in there. My phone, my wallet, so they don't fall out. Also, I just finished, it's wicked dark, can't see it. Nope. Anyway, I wired in a switch and this USB ports. And the USB port thing has a voltage meter, which is pretty cool. So yeah, the switch here turns on these kind of fog lights. Anyway, so yeah, that's the bike. Pretty psyched. Let's put my helmet back in here. Suburban is on the lift, and here's the bumper. And I'll explain that in a minute. Yeah, the Suburban had a wee bit of an accident. I was going to hockey and just barely nicked a tree. Just the tiniest little tree. Slid off the driveway and got the fender, crushed the grill, the turn signal, the headlight, the marker lights. Yeah, it just kind of crumpled in this front part of the Suburban. So I painted all that, bent it all back out. I've got the inner fender. Just painted this, so this is all kind of ready to go back in. I've got the new fender here. I'm still waiting on some bolts. There are these little tabs that kind of slip in to each one of these, and then the bolt goes up through, and most of mine were like totally rusted off. I mean, like, see, that's our little clip thing. So yeah, I'm waiting on those, and then I can bolt it back on. I think I'm gonna really. Air compressors. I think they know when you're filming. So yeah, I've got to get the bolts, and then I can bolt the fender on. I'm gonna bolt it on and paint it in place, because I feel like if I paint it beforehand, I'm going to be touching it, and it's going to be so hard to get the thing fit if I paint it off. So anyway, I got the new grill here. Actually, it looks pretty nice. Put the reflectors in. Got one of the headlights in there. Had to get new headlights, new turn signals, new corner markers, new reflectors, new grill. New, like, bumper filler, new bumper, new fender. Yeah, kind of bummed. But put the claim into the insurance company, and they totaled it. So luckily the buyback is like $250. So that's so they're just gonna pay me the price of the vehicle minus this, minus that, minus a whole bunch of things, and then I have to pay them $250, and I get the truck back. So my workbenches are pretty much always full of stuff, always doing stuff on those things. It's really nice having the garage set up like this. Kind of the workbenches in the middle, and then the car stored over here, all my stuff over there. I used to have this rack kind of here, and I don't know, it always made this space feel cramped. So I'm definitely liking how this is set up now. I moved my toolbox around here to the end so that I can kind of walk through this area. It's not ideal because of this. I mean, I can fit under there walking wise. So it's nice to be able to walk around this post thing. I have this place is trashed, you guys, but whatever. It's a garage. So I've got all the cardboard and stuff from all the parts that came in. I've got a stupid elliptical there that needs to get thrown away. This is covered in plastic. The reason is, so this wood floor was originally put in so that I could put a pit in here. I decided not to do the pit. I decided to go for a lift, which is a way better choice. But now I've got this wood floor, and when I park a car in here in the wintertime, the salt and the snow drips down through to the boiler and drips all over everything underneath, which is totally lame. So I've got the plastic down to just kind of stop that from happening. Downstairs, let's go downstairs. I'm gonna try and not die going down this code not approved ladder. Mower deck, snow blower, still got the tractor. That's where all my pellets go in the wintertime. And it's now spring, and I've got a bunch of plastic left over. I don't think I have any bags of pellets left. Oh, I have two. And I've got a whole bunch of bags to recycle. Boiler's doing well, still kicking. It's hooked up to a UPS now. I don't know if I showed this before. Let's see if I can adjust the brightness here. Nope. Anyway, it's hooked up to a UPS so that if the power goes out, it keeps the combustion blower blowing. And that will prevent an overheat condition. So if the power goes out and there's a big fire in there and it just starts cooking without any combustion blower, it could get hotter and hotter and hotter and turn all the water to steam and explode, etc., etc. That'd be bad. So, I did install this thing, which is not a Paragon time control. Hang on a second here. It's actually something that I built. It's a Raspberry Pi with an analog interface, which connects down to my pellet hopper, where I've installed an infrared electric eye, which lets me see the level of pellets in the hopper. So it detects the level of pellets, basically just a distance number, and spits it to this Raspberry Pi, which then over Wi-Fi sends it to a server that I have running out in the ether, and pushes it down to my Samsung SmartThings hub, which is another thing that I'll get to. Anyway, so it gives me the level of the pellets, and eventually I'll have this all wired in so I know the temperature of the water coming into the boiler, the temperature of the water coming out of the boiler, the temperature going to zone 2, zone 1, that sort of stuff. Flow rates. So, yeah, and I just had this kind of box lying around. So, yeah, not much to tell about that project. It's a bunch of software. It's a couple sensors. Yeah, this is still a mess back here. It's like the area I never go into. Yes, there's still a tree stick holding up that beam, which is obnoxious. I've nailed it and screwed it all in place, but it's still just like, really? Come on. You know, there's these things that you do once and then you always say you're going to go back and do them, and you know, it just doesn't end up happening. So I will replace this whole floor, and I think I'm going to do concrete, like I should have done in the beginning, but not just yet. Anyway, what else we got going on? I still got a bunch of those sliding glass doors left over. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down here, and I've got some more upstairs. I sold 3 of my snowmobiles this year. We don't get any snow anymore, so I'm tired of waiting. That is the only snowmobile I have left. That is a 1979 Skidoo Alpine. Twin track, single ski. You can't get stuck. You also can't steer at all. Like it will not turn in either direction. Even though there's handlebars and a ski in the front for steering, it's just not an option. You don't steer in that thing. You drive in a straight line with 100 horsepower, and then you stop, you get off, and you pull it to the side. You know, it's obnoxious. It's gotta go. It's my pallet jack for my pellets. Oh, let's see, what else? Covered that side, covered that side. Well, not much else is new here. I hang all my stuff on the ceiling. I don't know, it's just easier that way. Again, like, you know, like I don't hit this stuff. These ceilings are 9 feet, so I've got plenty of room. Let's see, what else? Upstairs is even more of a mess. Like, it's embarrassing dragging you guys through my messy garage, but figure you want an update. That's the storage room. Still functions well as a storage room. We store a lot of stuff. This is a storage room. We store a lot of stuff. This is a throwaway pile, which never gets thrown away. Oh, we've got a chest freezer. Keep that in the garage. Then we got one in the house. This is still open, which is dangerous. Oh well. Have a ping pong table. It's totally fun. Still need to wire in that light, so we have some light. Sporting area. No, I don't play golf. I just collect old sets of golf clubs from yard sales and never use them. There's a table of tools sitting there since 2012. Haven't touched any of the tools since then. I built a plywood rack. I think I did a video on that. This thing sucks. Don't build one. Drop saw. This whole area over here, I want to turn into a wood shop. So I have wood tools. But the thing is, I don't have any wood tools. Like, I have the chop saw. I have a portable table saw, which anyone who's used a portable table saw knows it's not a table saw. It's fine for ripping like plywood and not being accurate about it, but it's currently raining outside. This is a super long, super rambly video, but 2 bags of insulation left over, still a bunch of cardboard. I'll take you upstairs to the office slash loft. That's what we'll call it. So this is the loft area. It's a disaster. There's a bed up here. Kids like to hang out up here. That's the view. It's kind of cloudy today. That's the house. We finished off the wall panels here with some of this green fabric. My fiance and I, yes, I'm getting married. Everybody say congratulations. My fiance and I both work for a clothing company, and so we have a bunch of excess fabric. So I covered it in that, and that looks pretty good. Well, we got a railing off Craigslist. It was, of course, turned the wrong way, so I cut it and re-welded it so that the angle was right, and then put some feet on it, screwed it to the floor, and now this loft area is not so dangerous. I've got these walls covered in an indoor-outdoor carpeting, which actually kind of works pretty well. Cuts down on the echoey-ness of this place. Got curtains, keep the sun out. This is a bench that I built out of another one of those insulated panels, and it has all my like electronics crap all over it. Most of this stuff I need to throw away, but I just haven't gotten there yet. But it's a nice workbench. It's that time control thing. That was what was inside of that box. So, yep, lots of cleanup I need to do, but you know, sometimes it doesn't happen. A pellet stove. I installed a pellet stove. Goes up, penetrates the roof. This thing doesn't put out nearly enough heat as I hoped it would, but it's a pretty standard vent size, so I could easily add a different one in here, something that's not a heatilator, because this thing is awful. It needs to be cleaned too. Yeah, so that's the loft. That's pretty much the whole garage, all in one update video. Temperatures. Yeah, it's about 50. Yeah, I've got some speakers set up in here and a PA system for playing music, which is pretty awesome in the garage when you're working on stuff. I recently did a timing belt on my Accurate TL. That was an interesting project. Never done a timing belt before. Went all right. Broke a bolt on the tensioner pulley that you have to like pull open in order to pop the serpentine belt off. So had to get a new bolt. Noticed the power steering pump was leaking, so replaced the power steering pump a week later. But yeah, that was good. Get that work done on that car. Changed the oil on all the rigs. It's actually nice to do it all in one day, especially with a lift. Just kind of like pull one on, put it up, drain the oil, you know. So yeah, that's an update video. I really wish this place were cleaner. One of my goals with this is to be organized, kind of like I did with that kind of rack over there. Have stuff labeled, have stuff put away so I can actually find stuff. I really want to get this whole wall turned into a workbench, kind of like what I have in my office, but I just haven't gotten there yet. Things keep getting in the way. But I think what else I did. Oh yeah, I forgot. I put I guess I could go and show you. Oh, this thing here. So this is a motion sensing eye, and it's tied into the Samsung SmartThings hub. That thing sends a signal to the hub, sends a signal to this switch over here on the wall, to turn off and on the lights via motion sensor. And that is so nice because it shuts them off automatically, and that's the #1 reason I put it in. But more than that, when I enter from the ladder and there's no switch, or I enter from the stairs where there's no switch, or I pull in a car where there's no switch, or enter from a door, I just don't have to think about the lights. They just come on when I walk in, they go off when I leave. Super nice. I can't remember who makes that switch, but if I think about it, I'll put a link. Also, this switch up here, I don't know if you notice these lights. Actually, yeah, so when I walk up, they turn on. When I leave, they shut off. That's what that thing is, a Lutron. That's not connected to the hub. That just kind of senses motion, kicks them on, shuts off when I leave. Wicked nice. I have those kind of lights all over my house. I'm just... Maybe it's a little Jetsons-y, but I just, you know, and same with down here. Actually, I'll go down there now. When I walk near it, actually, it detects my feet. And, see? That little guy. Just turns on the lights when I come down here to do the pellets. Though the other thing I wanted to show you, I just installed that thing. What the heck is that? Nope, it doesn't work. What the heck? That is an automated air release valve for the compressor. And I have it screwed up into the bottom of the tank, obviously, where the drain normally is. That lets me drain the water. But it seems to be funny. Like it doesn't want to go off. But anyway, you can set the time. I don't know if you'll be able to see this. You can say open for 1 second every like hour or every 60 minutes or something like that. I never remembered to like do the drain. I never remembered to do the drain on the compressor, so that I don't have to remember anymore. I seem to be all about installing things so that I don't have to remember to do things. Maybe that's true. Anyway, I'm going to stop wandering around and say, hey, nice to see you all again. Although I'm not actually seeing any of you, but you're seeing me. Yeah, have a good day.